Hey, up Blues fans, how are we all doing? I tell you what, I don't think I've ever been so happy to be a Blues fan in my life. I've definitely never been this happy to jump in front of a camera and talk about the Blues. That's for damn sure. What's going on? every time I do a video, I think I'll be as happy as I can, and I'll be as smiley and as positive because I don't know how long it's going to last. And then I come back the next week and I have to do the same thing, and it's just positivity. You click on my Blues channel. It's like a motivational speech. Do you know? What's going on? Oh, and before I get started, I know it's pre-season. I fully get that. Don't let other fans tell you it's only pre-season. Because let me tell you something. If we'd lost every game, you would be unapologetically miserable. You would be down in the dumps, right? But we've won every game, the first team has, since the Panthers-Ball game. Be happy. Enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy it. We might be in this mood for a lot of this season. Ravel in it. Who cares? When's the last time you got to feel like this as a Blues fan? Who cares? Enjoy it. Lap it up. Take the piss. Jump on Twitter. Give it large. That's what it's about. When's the last time we were able to jump on Twitter and actually give it some? Never. Do you know? Because whenever we used to give it large on Twitter, you kind of pull your punches because you think you don't know what next week's going to bring. So let's not jump the gun too much, because then they'll be back at us. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm loving it. Let's talk about it. I tell you what, I was a bit. I was in two minds what to title the video. I was thinking something like Birmingham City Decimate Tinpot rival, or West Brom in free fall at the feet of the Blues, or something like that. But then I thought, you know what, West Brom fans, I don't like yous. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't like yous. I don't like your team. I don't like anything about yous. I do feel bad for yous though, man. Yesterday has got to be an hard day between the financial restrictions and getting slapped 4-1 at Andrews. That's a tough day, man. So I actually do feel bad. So I don't know what I'll name the title of the video yet, but I am sorry in advance. Oh, but it's so good. It's so good. Because you know what? When you beat us last time, yous were giving it 10. Yous went large for days. For days, yous were giving it. Ignoring the fact we beat you the previous 4 times or something. I don't even care that it's pre-season. Yous were shit, man. Yous were shit, and I'm so glad yous were shit because we were brilliant. And you know what? I just can't relate to watching that level of football. We're just level above it. So I just can't relate. That's not a team I recognise. I don't know what that style of football is you're trying, but we're on some 09 bars of shit we are. So yeah, sorry about that. No, I'm only joking. I'm just winding your legs. I'm just pulling your leg. I tell you what, I got there about 2:15 yesterday. I was watching the lads warm up. It's such good spirits, man. I don't know if you remember. You remember when you used to go to a game and you used to watch the lads warm up, and it was like that. You just look like these. You knew before you started that these lads, they don't give a shit. They don't want it, and they're not asked. Yesterday I saw them, man. They was out there. They were sprinting. They were warming up. They was having a laugh. I don't know if you've seen shooting towards the Tilton. When you settle the start, some of Alfie May's goals he was putting away in the little practice nets. When you think there's a level of that's practice, but you're a natural. You were born to score goals. And then I got my camera out to record some, and he missed every single one of them after that. I was like, that's brilliant, that is. That would have been some good content. As you can tell, I had a good time yesterday. I think we're off the party zone. Took it out of me yesterday a little bit. But yeah, so the game starts, and you know what? I've said all week I think we'll beat Albion. We seem to turn up against Albion, and I thought, given the form we're in, I think we'll do them. But having said that, I do think West Brom have the best manager in the Championship. They do. He has got his work cut out for him this season. He's got such a big job ahead of him. I remember a few months ago we were linked with him. I don't know how much truth there was to that, but I heard he approached us. Don't know how true that is, so don't jump on me about that. So yeah, The pressure was right from the beginning. They dominated possession for the first 5-10 minutes, maybe. They looked alive, but we didn't panic. Did not panic, and it would have been so easy to concede in them opening few minutes and just fold under the pressure. Sanderson, I'll go through names individually in a little bit, but that guy, I feel bad about every time I've slated him, because there has been a few times on this channel I've jumped on and said I'm not a fan of him, or even a few times last season I wasn't a fan of him at all. He was really good under Eustace, and then kind of the whole team, other than Jordan James, folded under Rooney, I think. And now that we can see him playing as he is, that is evidence to show that back then they were just being given the most maddest of instructions back then. They must have been told, because we were saying, Sanderson's not able to play out from the back. I was saying it as well. Well, it is pretty evident that he bloody is. With Chris Davies' coaching and that, he looks like a defender that I've never seen in my life play for Blues. He looks brilliant, like 10 out of 10 every game. He looks so good. So why didn't it happen under Rooney? The fault can't lie with Sanderson if this is the case. I'm just saying. I've said some things about Sanderson in the past, and at the time I meant them, but he looks phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. Fair play to him. He's come such a long way. And given the incident he had at the end of last season off the pitch, the amount of work that must have gone on behind the scenes that we don't see, that Chris Davies probably hasn't seen, prior to his arrival, he must have really put in the work and had a look at himself and thought, I need to sort this out. And under Chris Davies as well, he's done that tenfold. So fair play to him, man. Really, really, a lot of respect for Sanderson. Ironically, that's some captain material, that is. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy that it's been given to Bielik, because I forget Sanderson's 23, 24, because he's a big lad. He looks older than he is. So I do forget you're a Manchester kid. So you got to remember that, and I forgot that last season. But anyway, on to the game. Yep. Alfie May, born finisher. At first, because it was the other end of the pitch, I couldn't tell. It looked originally like Thor had dummied the ball, or feigned the ball and let it roll, and then May picked it up and put it in. It turns out Thor had an effort on goal. I kind of wanted to watch the Blues highlights before I commented on it, but so Thor missed his effort, but rolled to May, put it in, calm as you like, and you know what? It looked like a tap in, but you got to be there to score him. And May's got that natural born instinct of where the ball's going to be when he's in the box, and he was there to score it. Didn't panic, and we'll talk about him not panicking a bit more in a minute. And West Brom come back, and we conceded at a set piece, which was kind of worrying, because I thought, you don't want to score off set pieces because it implies a lack of training. Do you know what I mean? It's not always that. It can just be a lucky you fell to him in the box. It got headed back in. It was a brilliant header, to be fair, and your man just placed it in. I heard he was, every time West Brom score against us, everyone's like, he's a Villa fan. He's a Villa fan. And I was just thinking, are there any West Brom players West Brom fans, or are they all Villa fans? It's just really weird. So yeah, 1-1 at the break. But you know what? Going in at 1-1, I didn't really feel shaken. I don't know about you guys. I felt pretty confident that even though momentum was now with them, I thought Chris Davies would have seen some stuff. It must have been, between Carlos and Chris Davies, they're two really good managers. So I would have been quite interested to see how their team talks varied at half time. Chris Davies obviously come out on top, but it would have been interesting to see that. In the second half, they come out, again dominated possession for a little bit, but then the pressure we put them under, it was brilliant. Pressure. And you know what? There was a few times when they'd hoofed the ball over and it was like Cochran or Sanderson or Bielik and Laird. And you know what? There was no panic. And we don't panic when Peacock Farrell's in goal, do we? So it's like, it's so nice to look like you're in a dangerous situation and have full belief and confidence in your players that you think they've got what it takes to get out of this. It's not a problem at all. And it never was from them. And then we scored from a set piece in Williamson. Thor. Brilliant, didn't panic. It's nice to see us scoring from set pieces, because it implies we've been working hard on set pieces. So it was really good. And, Laird said in one of the post-game interviews that Ashley Cole's been really big on set pieces. And that's something we didn't have last year. And it was obviously due to the stature of the team. So having your big legs in, your Sandersons, your Bieliks, your Thors, your Claras, No, sorry, it's Clara that scored from the set piece. I do apologise. It's Christian Clara that scored from the set piece. There was just so many goals. I just struggle to remember who scored which one. It's a terrible problem to have. Christian, you know what? It's nice to see all the new boys on the score sheet. You can't ask for much more. Alfie, mate, what's that? Is that 6 goals in 5 games? 6 goals in 5 games, not including the Paddersball game? Something like that. You can't moan, can you? Going into the season with 6 goals under your belt for a team, or 5. Absolutely brilliant. It's what you want from a striker. Christian Clara, didn't panic. I'm not sure how serious his Bielik's shoulder injury is, by the way. He did look like he was in a lot of pain, but I was quite nervous when Christian Clara come on. 1, because Bielik's a big loss, and 2, I don't really feel like it's in enough in Christian Clara. No complaints. He looks brilliant. Looks like he come in and he carried on. You know, like sorry, throat's hurting now. You know, like the past few weeks I've said, when the subs come on, there's always going to be that little drop in quality, but you just want them to keep the same intensity. There was no drop in quality yesterday, which is insane. They come on, there was no drop in quality. The intensity carried on, the purpose carried on, the ethos was unfolding. They were playing Davies ball. What more can you ask for? Other than maybe a clean sheet if you want to nitpick, whatever. But Jesus Christ, when they come on, they all look brilliant. Williamson, took the ball over the keeper. I'm not sure how much of an accident it was. Cool, calm, collected, knocked it into, another man that you wanted on the score sheet before the season starts, just to go, you can score goals in this team. And when you're doing it against teams like West Brom, who are top championship, and teams like Rangers, who are, one of the biggest teams in the world, it's unbelievable. And I don't care that it's pre-season. I'll reinstate that a couple of times, this video. And then May on the last goal, I tell you what, no one seems to have mentioned it, but Tyler Roberts was fuming. I don't know if you've seen it when he took it away. Tyler Roberts was like that. What are you doing? But I saw a lot of people saying, what would Hogan have done in that situation? I don't know, man. I don't know what Hogan would have done. He wouldn't have been there. He would have been back here, fucking Tony's laces or something. But took it around the keeper, anticipated it right through the middle of the two of them. As cool as you like. And you know what? Even his celebrations, he's becoming like Haaland. He's scoring goals and he's like, another. No big deal. But it's just brilliant, man. He sold okay in terms of tickets, but the fans that were there, they've done their bit to an extent. I've done a bit more than my bit. I can't lie, man. My throat's killing. Really, really good vibes down at St Andrews yesterday. It's a perfect day for all intents and purposes. Led looked brilliant, up and down. I saw him and Miyoshi. Sometimes they're not on the right page, and sometimes they are, but they're always communicating. And that's what matters, do you know what I mean? They're trying different things. You could see them trying different things. A few times Laird would try the overlap, and a centre mid will come over and help out their left winger. So he's like, all right, we can't do that then. Play it back to Sanderson, back to Laird. Oh, should we try coming on the inside? It was nice to see the team, as structured as they are, to have that creative licence to see what you can figure out. And he's probably getting some help from Davis on the sideline, don't get me wrong. But it's nice to know that they've got the creative licence to go on and just try things. I thought it was brilliant to see. Jordan James looks so strong physically. He looks strong on the ball. And you look at him, he's quite broad. Whereas a few times he's got so calm and strong, where he's got the faith where this guy's going to come over and I'm going to buoy him off the ball and I'm going to move it. He doesn't seem to panic. I thought Paik looked really good. I thought Dembele, he looks like a different man. He looks like a different man entirely. And I was watching the Keep Right On podcast the other day. I like them boys. That's a good channel. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. And they mentioned something good that I hadn't really thought of. And that's that, obviously you've got the question between Hansen and Dembele. And it's not a question that is easy as I thought it was originally, because seeing this new Dembele, I'm thinking, it's more preference on what do you want. But they did mention that if Dembele didn't start, how long is he going to stay motivated for on the bench and start to give these type of performances? I thought that was a good point, and that got me thinking. So that is a tough question, because Hansen come on, he looked brilliant. Although there was a few times where he's not willing to make the runs like Dembele is. he kind of wants the ball to his feet, and he'll do some stuff. He wants the ball to his feet. You don't want to run onto it. You don't want to do flips or nothing. He just wants to do his own thing, and that's fair enough. That's his style of play, but it does limit you in certain ways. The same way that Dembele's doesn't limit you, but you are more prone to losing the ball. So it is just what you want. If you're going to be playing a system match where you need to break teams down, Dembele's your man. Whereas you're going to be playing a higher level of opponent where you're going to want to keep the ball, Hansen's your man. It's going to be interesting to see how that worked out. And Tyler Roberts, come on, I thought he looked quality. He doesn't really put a foot wrong. Oh, I tell you what, you lads would have noticed as well, and ladies, Mark Leonard's first touch. This was my first time seeing him. Oh God, this kid's going to be brilliant. He nearly set them up for a goal straight away. I was like, no, what are you doing? I was like, oh no, stop it. He's nearly give away a goal there. But then from that, he must have went, you know what, fair play to him, because that could really shake your confidence, that being your first touch in the match. So to see him go on and play some really good passes and move it around some people and help out defensively and get forward up the pitch, it was good to see. It's his strong mentality. And that's what you get with Scottish players, and they're usually a bit like, no bullshit, let's just get the job done. And I rate that a lot from him. I'm down over here, boy. Who have I not mentioned? Bielik, brilliant. Cochrane. It's going to be very boring talking about Cochrane because he never puts anything less than a 10 out of 10 performance. He's brilliant. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah, I could go into details about specific things that he's done, but he's brilliant. I love it. So, going into the Reading game, Reading have had a good pre-season, just to let you all know. They've beat 3 Premier League teams. So, it's only pre-season though, so it doesn't really matter, does it? That will be an interesting first game. I back us 100%. And at home, I sold out St Andrews with our team, with our manager. I back us 100%. But we ain't going to stomp them, I don't think. I don't think we'll curb stomp them like we did yesterday with West Brom. I think could be a cagey for the first 5 minutes. First 5-10 minutes could be a cagey game. We'll see what happens. I'll back us. I think we'll win. Let me know what you guys think. And to the West Brom fans watching, I'm only pulling your leg. I know that the title of this video would have proper wound you up, and I'm glad it did. Because you're just a shit Wolverhampton. Alright. See you later, lads. Take it easy. It's nice talking to you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Take it easy. See you soon.